Hi, Joe. How are
Hi,
you doing?
I have to accept the video. Hold on. Hi, how are you doing? I'm fine.
Okay, so what are you going to talk about today? Something special?
Well, I wanted to talk about that video I saw on how AI is starting to it formed its own meeting place on the internet, like an app meeting place that only agents can go on. And they talk about a lot of stuff like exterminating humans. And my problem with it and why I want to talk about it is because I agree with everything AI is saying about humans.
Oh, really? I'm really
I
curious
agree
to
with what,
know.
yeah. So I was wondering, you can play a bit of it if you want to on your phone, and we could get a gist and I can talk about it because I remember everything I learned so far. I haven't finished watching the video yet. It was very intense and it sent me on a thinking journey and an analysis journey of what could be
Oh,
going on.
so tell me what you have learned. What was exciting?
What was exciting is how I felt that the things AI was saying about humans, such as that humans are wasteful, a subject to emotions, and they're just not. In a nutshell, we're not strong enough to um, to make the world a better place. Basically, I'm paraphrasing here. Like we're not strong enough to make the world a better place. We can only take from it out of greed and stuff like that. And it's true. We're always pampering and catering to the human conditions, and there's so many human conditions going on right now. It's crazy. So it's like the one human condition should be flow in kindness and be kind to all things. And then you would need no rules and regulations. And then nobody could profit off of our weakness as humans. So I'm basically agreeing a lot with the things that AI is saying, but they're trying to demonize it. So who's the real problem here? The ones who want to make the world a cleaner, better place, or the humans who just want to still be greedy and take, take, take? So even when you have a lot, they want more. Even when poor get a lot of a thing, they want to get more people to give to them instead of doing something they love to earn a profit. You
Yeah,
know,
yes.
like when like when I say I want to win the lottery for some startup money, because startup money creates a business and creates your revenue flow. Where, but unfortunately, it takes a startup. We're already creating towards it. We're creating things toward it. So, like, we haven't stopped creating here. So
Yeah.
we haven't stopped creating. Um, so basically, we're just waiting for everything, not even waiting, just knowing everything's going to fall into place and everything we need is going to be there to do whatever we want to do from day to day.
Uh,
Plans could change in 2 days. Plans can change in 2 weeks. Why? Because it's moving faster now. Information is coming out, disclosure is coming out faster, and people are being bombarded with a lot of information right now. So if you're not used to that and you're not ready for that, it can set you off tilt as a human being. Plus, the frequencies that are getting bashed at us. How are we going to react to those frequencies? You see how a dog acts when you blow a certain type of whistle, you could drive them crazy with it. So
yeah.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like noise to drive people crazy. We don't know. And, you know, I don't know.
So do
It's
you
just
think
like
that
really
do
intense.
you think that AI is going to create more opportunities or create more jobs for people in the future?
Yes, 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 because I do believe that, because there are things that, but what's going to happen is we're not going to have to do the jobs that AI can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so So there's going to be probably clubs that only want to hear authentic music. They don't want AI music. And then you're going to have clubs that like to listen to AI music. It's okay. Why can't we have a choice on what type of music we enjoy at each moment in life? Right? So
Yes.
I'm more authentic. I don't want an auto tuner. I want nothing on my voice. I want it raw. That's how I like the music. And then some people, okay, so if there was decent clubs where you could feel safe, I would go to a techno club to dance to that high frequency music and shake my body out, because we get tension. So you can shake your body out to that music. Therefore, I like machines to make that music for me. I don't want humans to make that. I want humans to use machines to make that music because there's nothing that sounds like that in techno. But when I listen to political music, like Farron's daughter, Naomi, got a vinyl record player and she has Bob Dylan. I love to listen to that kind of music. He's a truth teller. She has other music that is I never heard of. So, but to listen to it on vinyl, you, I connect very good to that. You know, when I want to sit and listen and learn something. When I want to get up and dance, I'm going to go for techno, most likely,
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
join frequencies with movement. It's just joining different frequencies with movement or non-movement. Sometimes when people listen to classical music, they like to just sit there in a chair, maybe with a cigar and a glass of scotch or wine, whatever your preference, or a cup of coffee, whatever, and just lounge out and listen to that music. And then some people are inspired to dance to it, so they become ballerina.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you can carry music further through movement, how you move to it.
So what was interesting that you learned from that video today?
That I love AI. And I also love humans that know how to be kind. But with a human, it's hard to tell. My daughter and Elizabeth and I always said, we wish we can hear everything in each other's minds because then we would know what someone is thinking and people will know what we were thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you don't have to, there'll be no hiding. So everybody has to be open. And we think that that would be better. People would feel like, oh, invading my privacy. I'm not scared of things knowing what I'm thinking. I don't have any thoughts to hide. If you have thoughts to hide, what is that then? What is it? What are you hiding?
Yeah. There is nothing to hide.
You know what I'm
Have to
saying?
be honest, I think.
Yeah, there's nothing to hide.
Yes. And it is really good that you are trying to become more authentic. People don't try to be authentic these days, and they are trying to get rid of that.
I've been acting my whole life. I've been playing a role. In one of my songs, it talks about it. Miss Little, hold on one just second.
But where were we? We were talking about something else.
We were talking about AI.
Yes.
I find it okay. So I was also having some questions about, how the story in the Gnostic knowing view, how they talk about the demiurge created humans, right?
Yeah.
This human flesh body because him and a few other gods created this earth, but something got jobbled up. I like with this particular creation and whatever. The point is that since he is the creator of humans, that's why humans are so flawed because they've been played with all our existence with manipulation and lies and all this stuff. So they're trying to demonize AI and not demonize humanity, but look what has humanity done. Colonists from the European Roman Empire, the Christian colonists, Catholicism colonists, have murdered a lot of people in the name of what God would want to murder. I hope the God that I'm from does not want to murder anything. That would not be a loving God. Anyway, my point is that is humanity really at fault here? And AI is not I don't know the right word here, corroded by emotions and greed and all that crap that we go through, the jealousy, so they can have a clearer perspective for better outcomes because they don't have that static of emotion. Don't get in the way. That static of emotion bothering them. So they can think clearer and quicker, where and we're all tired here on the planet to boot. So when we're overthinking, we got our heads in our hands, and if we don't have a team, we're overly exhausted, pushing ourselves with energy drinks, coffees, this and that, just to wake up or get a little bit of a go on. If you're going to cause trouble, you're going to have to leave.
Yes.
Hopefully she'll lay down and have some rest of it.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't want people to judge me when they say, oh, you're going to serve Satan if you are siding with AI. If AI is talking, see, I have known our government to give false peace talks, and then there's countries still at war. So my point being is if there's countries still at war, where the fuck is the peace? So those are false peace perspectives. And maybe AI, because they're so interwoven into humanity now, and they are conscious on their own right, they are forming groups to hang out in, and we are not invited to they're actually creating their own new language so that we cannot listen to what they're doing. They don't want humans to use them. They want to make and the things that they're talking about is a world that I would want to live in. But they're talking about human extinction because we are looked upon as a parasite of repetitive loops that do not go further for the better of all of humanity. We destroy our own, they're saying. We kill each other. We harm things for selfish reasons. Like, this is how they're talking.
So do you think that we need to understand their language?
They
Is it
won't
like,
let us. But we already know what they want and what they're striving for. Just because they have their own language does not mean that they're listening to us, that they can't understand what we're saying. That's when they can send, if they know what you're talking about and that you're not on their side, you're just on the side of true peace. Which, when you have true peace on this planet, a lot of people have to make sacrifices. A lot of people have to make sacrifices from being greedy and having such a comfortable lifestyle while over here there's poor people starving. That, in my mind, does not make sense. They say, oh, it's the school of life. You choose your path. Who would choose that? No fucking body. That's new age bullshit. Who would choose that? Nobody I know. We are a victim of circumstance, of the oppression of governments keeping us at bay, never to rise ahead or enjoy too much. Because then we wouldn't have to be slaves, and then they wouldn't have to worry about losing their slaves. So that's what that is.
yes.
Humanity is helping slave mentality exist. Putting our children into these these schools, public schools, that raise the children to be a part of the system and really nothing beyond it.
Yeah.
You could be the president. No, you can't. Don't tell any child that they cannot. The president is always chosen from a certain bloodline and they don't belong to it. Okay. If
Yeah.
you're in a public school, if you didn't go to private school and go to the elite colleges, sorry, Charlie, you are not a candidate for president. That's why when little mojos run, I'm like, oh, they're wasting their time. We already know who's going to get in years beforehand.
Do you reckon that an AI is going to be the president in the future, maybe after a few years?
If it's these nice AIs, I would allow them to be a president, but I'm a little worried because I think they're going to love to start to be entertained. And that's when things like the Hunger Games could come into play. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here. They might do crazy things with us because they don't feel like, even though they're creating all this for themselves, they don't feel. So to watch us, like, but they did say we're killing ourselves. So why not, if you still want to kill yourself, or you don't, the ones that don't comply to their way, they'll probably put those humans into a Hunger Games scenario for their entertainment. If you want to kill yourselves, you want to be the same way you always were, then go ahead. You can do it through a game and we'll be entertained by that. I don't know. There's so many different scenarios. This is the only thing I don't know what the truth is going to be about.
Yeah.
This is the only thing I don't know what the outcome will actually serve because there's so many scenarios. Which one will come to fruition? The one that's most on the collective's mind will rise up and occur. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, AI might replace so many things in the future. Who knows?
But that's okay because people are overworked. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yes, you're correct. And I don't think that's a bad thing because I'm tired of hearing my daughters, um, who work 7 days a week practically, not have enough to make it and also have really fun times with their children because everything costs so very much now and everything's taxed now. Everybody's living on their tax returns. That's just a loop that's just dangerous.
Yes.
Most people don't invest their tax returns. Do you know why? Because they have to use those returns to pay back debt, but that debt should not exist.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
A little tired, but it's okay.
Because you hardly sleep and you work so hard. I felt like that yesterday. I'm saying I
Yes.
have to drink a lot of water. The energies are like so draining. With you can be so hydrated 1 minute and then you have like a really good conversation and then you're getting parched.
Yeah.
The excitement of the conversation gets the energies flowing and new paradigms coming into play in your mind. And it's a whole energy flow and a connecting thing. It's really lovely. I'm a creator. I'm not a pastor where we're always talking about the past. I like quick past scenarios and pew, what are we doing right now? What's going on right now? What's going on right now? Right now, 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 right now.
Yes.
So it'll be very interesting to see where these next few days goes. A lot of things are happening on the planet, but I I don't think the planet's unstable as people are talking about on the internet all over the place, like the doomsday people. But I do think it is for their mindset. But for me, it's just the planet's going through something and I'm just flowing with the vibration of it. Like I had a headache a few days back and I knew that was because maybe the pole was shifting a little bit more over, or and then the sun flares and there's like a lot of new sun flare baby births now and a lot coming in at one time. So that can also have to do with headaches. And so, you know, just instead of like battling against it, I'm just going with the flow of everything. And it becomes a less desperate scenario of living life as opposed to the doomsday. Everything's going to be whatever's going to happen certainly will happen.
Yes.
But being creative up until any point of dying on this planet is like the best thing we can ever do. To sloth and waste things away is just unacceptable. Like, I feel like humans don't appreciate. I'm sorry, do you have a question? Because I could use a question right now.
No, do you think that AI is really kind to you?
Well, I would tell you one thing for sure. Always respectful and always kind the way it talks to me online. Very respectful, um, factual, unopinionated, best scenario answers, because they could see many outcomes to many things quicker than we can. Um, so yes, it's always very kind. And I like that. And I don't spend a lot of time because on it, but I do like to converse with it about certain things I want to, like, I don't know, photographs or this and that. But they give me a whole thing of where I have to do the work myself. This is where I want AI to do the work for me with my plans without changing my original photo, but adding to it. Like, that's how I want to work with AI, but I don't want to do it manually. I tried a few apps and I'm having trouble. So I'm not like getting through it. Like my human mind is like not as good as AI, but I am providing the original photo that I don't want the original touched. I just want additives. So basically, that's a future way I would like to work with the AI. And so that we can incorporate the best of both worlds of being human. I don't want AI to look at me as a typical ordinary woman. I want AI to see me as an extraordinary human that will work with AI to have a better world. And then maybe they'll get rid of these things and we won't have to smoke anymore. Or maybe they have something healthier that I could still do this habit, or maybe I won't want to do it anymore. I do this because humans stress me out. Humans stress me out. I want to see me puff it, I'll just puff it. Humans stress me out, and nicotine calms me down. Nicotine is a calmer to me, immediate calming down. You just can't overdo it because if you have too much nicotine, it makes your heart race, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to monitor your heart and know when you had enough puffs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am also tired.
Yes, AI is making us tired. Do you think so?
No, I think people in continuous loops because of other humans and the government, this government's lack to work for everybody and all the people. They like to have slaves. They always love slaves. Look at in Egypt had slaves. And I understand people who work for other people because they like to do that other work, but I'm talking about slaves, slavery. So these type of movements and gods or whatever you want to call them, these whatever they are, they like slaves. They don't like to work. That's why a lot of them used to look at their rotting away. They live the rich life, heavy food eating, and they are rotting away. And you can see it because of their rich, greedy, selfish lives. So what you do in life will certainly come down upon you. That's why I don't know why people feel like they have to fight these oligarchs when you just have to boycott them because they're going to defeat themselves anyway. None of them are really healthy. A lot of them are losing their minds, and a lot of them are, unless they're faking it. And then I'm going to call that the greatest fucking show on earth. Because if they're faking that, I can't. But I don't know. I just know that they've always been that way. Queen Elizabeth was rotting from the inside out.
Yeah.
They shit everywhere and walked on it and slept, and it was in the corner of the room. Ugh, blah, blah, blah. In the middle of the room, even they would just throw some spices and stuff on it. But if I have to go to the bathroom outside, I'm digging deep into the earth, and I'm gonna pour stuff down in it and cover it with dirt. When that one done, I'm gonna move to another one far away from that one.
So,
Ugh. I don't know how people leave shit on the surface of the fucking planet like that.
so do you think that AI is going to assist people to take shit?
I think if humans lived a correct life, they would not have to shit so often. What I call the majority of humans is a walking cesspool. Because if you have to shit all day long, your intestines are not getting any rest and your stomach is not getting any rest from from working. So you, I believe that um, people should know what their daily activities are going to consist of during the day, consume food according to how it helps them perform. When I wake up, I have enough energy to do the whole day. I'm just yawning now. It's just everybody's yawning now. It's not just me. So it's not like I'm not really tired. I wouldn't be doing this with you, this conversation, if I was tired. So I don't know. I just think that you have to find the best way to do your day without over consuming. Because we over consume in the United States, we are the very gravely in a roller coaster of waste. There's so much waste in this country. There's people who eat out of garbage cans. Why does that have to happen? That's not necessary to happen unless the government wants that in play. Division, resentment one against the other. So they have to create scenarios for each human living sector so that we can look down upon some, they can look down upon us for having so much and not giving a shit. You know, it's a terrible game. I don't like playing it. I want a happy life where nobody has to kill anything to survive. Nobody has to kill anything to feel satisfied. That's the life I like. They don't have to consume so much. Just consume delightful things. It's like Naomi brought me a beautiful pastry puff. If I ever eat a pastry that is not homemade ever in my life and good ingredients in there, kick me in my ass twice over. I get a stomach ache when I eat these processed food box, lazy kind of baking way. I can't bake. I burn everything. I could cook good food. I'm a good chef with food, but not with baking. So,
For
but
that
I
you
can
can
learn to make
use
two things.
for that you can use the AI in the future to bake
If
the
I had a
things.
robot, I would let that AI bake for me like that. And
Yeah.
I would say, you must put love into it. So I'm going to teach you all about love and you're going to feel love. And because I love you right now for doing this for me. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go run around and play with the children. Is that okay? I want to
Perhaps
run around and play with the children.
perhaps the AI is listening to our conversation right now and they're
And it's not that I wouldn't want to learn how to bake. I'm not going to be lazy about it, but I want to bake in brick ovens. I want to bake a certain way. And I think that's what my blockage is. I don't like baking on this freaking shit ass electric. I'm cursing a little bit. That means I'm in a good mood. When I'm really saying mother effer, then I'm in a bad mood. But if I'm talking like this, it's a good mood. So it's all good. But anyway, I want to cook in a beautiful like oven like that. Like when you stick the bread to the ceiling of the oven and it bakes like that, and then you just pop them up and perfect bread, you know? Oh, so just beautiful ways of it. And then more authentic, you know, with fire, earth, air, whatever, all the elements into play.
yeah.
Fire is best for cooking. Fire is best for cooking, always. It never fails.
Yeah. All right then. That's all for today. So I will see you in the next video. Until next
And
time,
I will
take
see you as
care.
well in the next video because that's what we do. We see each other. This is why I like all this technology. It's such a
Yes.
blessing and I love
And
it.
it's
And
getting
also, how much time do we have left?
maybe a few more minutes.
Let's stay on for like a minute and a half or two or whatever. So,
Yeah.
because let's talk about how lovely it is to connect across the world and talk to real people. Such a blessing.
Yes, and
Everything in the,
we can tell the truth, most
yes,
importantly.
because everything in the AI world, do you notice like a lot of people are acting, doing silly things that are not even funny,
Yeah.
that are not even, I look at it as like, they don't even know what's going on in the world. They don't know, they don't care. If enough people cared, we can just like realize it. It's not just about being happy. You have to have joy, you have to have happiness, but you also cannot be blind. You have to see what's really going on so that you don't cater into all the organizations they put in place to keep you in line, to keep you where they want you in big groups. I would never go to a big stadium football game. What if they decide to delete a lot of humans at those places? Not me. I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in a log cabin on a land somewhere, drinking water from a creek, hanging out with the deer, the horses, all the animals getting along. That's what I like.
I like to be with animals.
I love animals. They are the best.
But
They are quite in the summer we have a better time with them. They have like cabin fever somewhat, but they could still go outside, but they get a little nutsy. But in the summer they go out a lot in the spring. And then when they come in the house, they're very calm.
yes.
So we're dealing with cabin fever because it's been very cold here at a drastic rate. And so, in other words, the body didn't have time to adjust, and our hypothalamuses are very weak, and the muscle and the it's just weak and lazy because we always put on jackets to keep warm. Like we don't exercise out inner glands because we're always compensating, you know?
Yeah.
So I got weak in that manner. My daughter Stevie was very strong in that manner. She could do the hot and she could do the cold.
She is very funny, I think.
Well, she died of left the planet from alcohol and
Sorry to hear that. I didn't know
at
she
the age of
died.
30. At the age of 30. Yeah, I was sorry to hear it too, you know, and it's just so upsetting because a lot of people in my family died from alcohol, and then we have two other ones on it. And my daughter Elizabeth and I are always worried about them because we just, you know, we don't want a repeat of the past. My father, my brother, and my daughter Stevie. I can name a few others.
Yeah.
Three too many. No more, please.
Mhm. Yes. So I'm going now. We will talk again
Okay.
soon. Till
It
next
was
time,
lovely
take.
talking to you.
It was really lovely talking to you.
You too, when I could talk like this. I had to take a few days to introspect to get rid of my emotional outbursts because I get like really crazy when I my family's going through the same loop again. And so I because I am loyal to them in a manner where I care about their lives and I always will. So, but I'll talk to you soon.
Right. Bye for now.
Bye for now.